This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Tommy has an interesting question. He says, I had a thought and I wanted your opinion. Do you think Greer and Flores really, truly wanted Tua, or were they forced into taking him? All right. 1,000% they were never forced to taking Tua. Okay? I know exactly what they did. And in a way, it's kind of what I was talking about. You remember a few weeks before the draft, I kind of changed my mind. When I'm thinking about it, they got 14 draft picks. Tua's the guy that has the highest upside of all the quarterbacks, including Burrow. So, if he can somehow stay healthy, you got yourself a passer, an accurate passer, a leader, a winner, all that stuff, because he fills all the other boxes. And I think that Greer and Flores said, we got by with Fitz and Rosen last year. We got better as a team. Let's keep drafting. We have confidence in our draft, in our free agent decisions, all of that from last year. They're going to try to do it again. They're going to build a hell of a team. If it's Tua or if it's Rosen, fine. If not, they'll continue. But I think they wanted to take the guy that if he somehow stayed healthy, they know it will fast track their success. So they took that chance. But I don't think it had anything to do with them being forced, because this would defeat the purpose for Stephen Ross if he does that. The idea of hiring your general manager and get out of the way, notice it wasn't him along with the GM saying, well, we interviewed this, and I really like Adam Gase. I think I really like Joe Philbin. Stephen Ross really wasn't like the centerpiece of those things anymore. He Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh and Stephen Ross met at a Red Wings game, and he won him over there. Stephen Ross kind of figured it out. Let me hire the GM. Let me get away, and let him hire who he thinks is right. Let me not meddle in, because I'm the owner and I pay his salary. And if I tell somebody I like him, the person is probably just going to say, you're right, Stephen. I like him too. Because it's hard to tell somebody it's hard to tell your boss you're wrong. Okay? It's not a fun thing. Trust me, I've done that already. Okay? And
the guy that writes the check has the power.
Yeah.
You want to, make him as happy as possible, because that continues that check coming.
Yeah. I told Len Weiner he was wrong, and I mean, look at him. I mean, he's a disaster over there. He doesn't know squat. But I told him he was wrong. So, trust me, bosses don't like to hear they're wrong from their employees. They don't want to hear it from their employees. That employees can suggest something. Hey, what about this? Nah, I like this. Okay. But you never want to tell your boss you're wrong. Okay, it's not a good thing. Trust me. I've done it. Okay? I've done it. I was right, but not right for telling him, because I knew what the ramifications were. But at that point, I kind of knew already I was getting fired. So it's like, hey, man, let me just tell him how wrong he is. There you go.
We're going down this path anyway. Let me just push it a little further and faster.
Let me see it. I knew it wasn't going to get any faster, because I knew they were going to wait till
they
my
had to
option.
wait for the contract. Yeah,
they were going to wait for my option, because they weren't going to leave several months on, and they were
But
cheap.
you didn't want them teetering. You wanted to make sure that they were going to.
Definitely. Yes. I wanted to make sure that there was no. Hey, he's got a bunch of sponsors that maybe we could get. No.
So your pushing was like an insurance policy that this is going to be over, thank the Lord.
I mean, think about it. Look how they're so cheap. That's why they can't let me go early, because they would have to pay me more while I'm gone. So they wait till the end. Look how cheap they are. They got Amber and Zaz out now. They don't even have money for a replacement.
A guy that they don't like, they held in place.
This is what will happen. This is what will happen with Intercom. Mark my words, okay? Because I've been 1,000% right so far on them. You will see they will file for bankruptcy. They will try to liquefy their assets, try to keep half their stations and sell out the other half because they can't afford it. And in the process, they will then also fire about half the employees that they currently have. So whoever has survived all of the firings from Intercom in the last 2 years now, and the last wave was a fire, what was it, the layoffs or what are the furloughs, and then payment cuts, salary cuts. The next wave, they will now fire another group of people so they can restructure, file for Chapter 11, all that stuff. It's coming. Trust me. I've seen this story before. I know it. It was a $15 stock. It's like a $2 now. You know, but that's what it is. They do stupid things and make stupid decisions. Anyway, so I'm telling you, Tommy, there was no gamble there at all. GP Trap Hewitt, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. A little super chat. Thank you.
What the hell?
Super chat.
That took guts. We need guts.
I told you I can totally...
Super chat.
So you think you got what it takes?
You have no skills.
This is permanent. Good job.
I'm promoting you.
You got a lot of problems, don't you? Take pride in that.
GP says, ho fins, and then says, stay safe, Big O. Thank you, my brother. We are going to try to stay safe. You know, it ain't easy, man. It's one of those things. Even doing all the right things, you can end up with this stuff. That's the terrible part about it. Man of 1,005 holds says, they fooled me. I'm glad they picked Tua. Better to choose a guy with more upside than to choose someone who just has potential. Amen with that? Amen. That's what they did in Green Bay. They traded for a kid that's got a ton of potential. Super talented, but there's been a lot of those guys. You know, it's about fine-tuning that skill of throwing the ball. I always say this. I always talk about this, and I always compare it because I think it's a fair comparison at times. If you ever go to a bar and you watch people play darts, you will see some people can play darts and some can't. It's just the way it is, man. You can't explain it. Some people just have the touch that you need to throw a dart. The other people, they're hitting the bathroom door. They're taking people's eyes out. They miss the entire circle. And no matter what they do, they just can't get it. And throwing a football, it's a skill. It's a gift. And Tua has that gift of placing it in the right spot. Ryan Tannehill, you can watch him all you want. You'll never see ball placement where it's supposed to be on a consistent basis. More often than not, it's too high, too low, behind him, whatever, and the receiver has to adjust, slow down, stop, turn around, and it's a completion, and the average fan looks at it and just says, well, it's a completion. Yeah, it's a completion, but it could have been more. Okay? And that's the gift that you can't teach. You have to teach it to Jordan Love. You don't have to teach it to Tua. He knows how to throw you open. He knows how to lead you. You know what I mean? These are things that are just, they come natural with real QBs. And the athlete that you're trying to teach him how to be a passer, it is so hard to convert that person into that. You know, they're athletes and they will freak you out and they will make some throws that will. They can occasionally do that stuff, but they can't do it on a consistent basis. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Ross is a total success in real life and is learning by experience every year. I believe Ross has been a great owner and has learned the lessons he needed to grow. Team is on the rise for the long run. I agree, NorCal. That's exactly what's gone on. Like any of us that start a new business, we got to learn about a lot of things that we don't know, and we've got to experience it. You know what I mean? And then once you go through that experience, you're better for it. But until you go through that experience, you're not going to get better. And he had to learn that he's not the football guy, that he should not be making the football decisions, that he should get football people, not an accountant like Mike Tannenbaum, to make football decisions. He's learning. It happens. But it's what NorCal says. I'm with him. I think he's a great owner. I think he'll do anything it takes to win. He just needs the guidance. And I think now he has that guidance that he has not had. And now that's because he put football people in place. And now he just sits back and supports those football people. And guess what? Things are going to get better.
He's always put forth effort and tried. You know, it isn't from a lack of effort on Ross's part.
No, never.
Ever.
Yeah, never.
You know, it just,
never.
he didn't need the medal, probably. And he, you know, he's gotten smart.